My wife cheated on me and got pregnant with her affair partner's baby. Then she begged for forgiveness without any shame. So I abandoned her with that child and divorced her, leaving nothing. My 34 male, wife 30 female, admitted to cheating, wants to work on her marriage. Wife sent me a long, heartfelt letter letting me know everything about how she was depressed and how she ultimately was seeing divorce happen until she started to see me change for the better. My wife is currently studying abroad for almost 2 years in Eastern Europe. She thought I was cheating on her and eventually ended up cheating on me one time with another person from her class. My wife wants to make things work with me and wants us to do everything we can to save our marriage. However, she's still in school and won't be back home with me until December. So this person she cheated on me with. When I first went to visit her in school, I met the guy. She was presented to me as a friend when I met him, but I knew not to trust him because he is a guy. My wife told me she was intoxicated when it happened. This guy has a fiancé. I can't help but feel this guy took advantage. My wife says there's no feelings or anything, but awkwardness. I'm still in shock, so I'm trying to wrap my head around everything. My wife is still out of the country until December, and basically still in school, and that guy is still present. I wish I could physically beat this guy up. I'm afraid I might do more damage than I may intend to if I get my hands on him because I destroy guys bigger than him in the gym every day. What can I do from here? I feel so powerless. I want to be able to stand my ground while my wife and I are apart. Just feel so uncomfortable knowing he's there too. Update. So after a couple of days of her telling me she cheated, we were talking about both of us doing what we can do to reconcile. She said she's willing to put in all the work, but when she said she will come home to me, she said she will not be alone and is pregnant. And she said since April, she was home here and said it happened at a hotel she stayed at when she was studying at a review center. I'm only finding out today in November. And the reason why she was scared to tell me is because she was afraid of how I would react. She said she loves me and says it was a big mistake. She wants to keep it, and she told the affair partner she wants him to have nothing to do with the baby and that it was solely be hers. I don't know what to do. I cannot explain the range of emotions in me right now. Is there a suggested specific therapy I could seek right now? 2 days update. So my wife, 30 female, cheated on me, 34. She wrote a heartfelt letter to confess to me. We were going through some problems during the pandemic. We were so happy together for 8 years, got married. She started her program to study abroad for 2 years. I got stuck here in the US working 2 jobs in healthcare. I've had instances where I have mishandled arguments where I yelled at her in public, forever traumatizing her. I promised to work on my emotional reactivity during conflicts. But during our great distance, she had grown withdrawn from me, and it was harder to get through to her. I've had to work so hard to get her to see my changes in behavior, and I stopped smoking, and that was one vice of mine that she says sent her over the edge. So 2 days ago, she wrote the heartfelt letter which revealed she cheated on me, and she was remorseful for it, and that it happened once. I was crushed and didn't know what to do. I was taking my time and thinking of reconciling. When I started to talk about repairing the relationship, she drops the news that she's pregnant and that it's been since April. She wants to come home to me and wants the affair partner to have nothing to do with the child. I was seriously ready to reconcile because I was willing to let her show me that she wanted to work on us. But the heavy news of this pregnancy is hitting different, and she is looking more remorseful than ever as I talk to her. And she's telling me that she wants to reconcile, but I don't know what I'm feeling right now. Is there a specific kind of therapist I can seek at this time? I have the hardest decision to make soon. Edit. I wanted to post a heartfelt letter here to get your opinions about it. My friends have all given me their opinions, but I wanted to see what you guys think. Names changed for obvious reasons. Note, she mentioned someone named Sasha. Sasha is my weed connect. I used food emojis for my Venmo payments to him to make it seem like I was paying back for food. She thought this was someone I was talking to behind her back. We previously had a huge fight about it. My dearest husband, the only way I know how to begin this letter is to tell you how proud and happy I am to know that you're in the process of bettering yourself. I could not ask for anything more than to see my partner and best friend want to be the best version of himself. It's what I've always prayed for and have been so helpful for all these years, and finally my prayers are being answered. Please know that although I know I cannot truly influence these decisions, I've always been there for you day by day, by your side, just weathering the storms with you, trying so hard not to lose hope. Hopefully, we can both look back on these times and let it fuel our love for each other, like never before. Being so strong that we could truly weather any storm all while avoiding them together all at the same time, because we would just be too preoccupied with being happy that we found each other again. Unfortunately, over the years I've come to realize that I haven't truly known the man I married. The process of waiting and being hopeful of change got me thinking, do I even know the real you? What is my husband like sober? The feeling of being with you for so long, yet not knowing who you really are and getting this less than likable version of you struck me to my core, made me fearful, got me thinking if I would ever get the chance to really know my husband for who he really is and celebrate that person for the rest of my years. Or do I just eject myself from this situation in order to keep what's left of me? The beginning of last year is when I started not only to lose my hope for us, but also myself. I began to lose all of me, started to blame myself for all unfortunate events that would take place in our marriage. Your smoking habit, anger issue, yelling, you not wanting transparency and communication in our marriage, you not being mentally present. I know I'm not perfect, but sadly I could go on, but this was also the time I found out about Sasha. I may know this story now, but at the time, all I could picture was my husband with another woman taking her out to brunch, dinner, etc. In my head thinking, what more are they doing? Are there more Sashas? That's when, why? Taking this in on top of everything I'm already going through. Am I not enough? All my insecurities, depression, and anxiety at an all-time high. The dream of having a beautiful life with you could no longer be pictured in my head. So I went on that whole year trying to avoid my problems and fears, which was the main reason of avoiding you, all while trying desperately to keep my head above water. Out of fear rather than confronting you, I just checked out of our marriage. In all aspects, I figured since you have, I should too. I knew that if it didn't come from within or out of pure will, you would not change. Last year was the toughest year of my life. I am really truly surprised that I'm still here breathing. To be in such a dark place for so long, which I'm still in, I wouldn't wish it for anybody. The only solution I could find within myself was to permanently detach myself. I was mentally preparing to divorce you, my love. It's even hard to even put this into words without breaking down. I have fought for you, for us, for so long. All I needed was you to fight with me, to give me some glimmer of hope that we could turn it all around, so I could give you my 100%. Just like before, but a better version. That's all I want. I want to give you my best, but I can't be a one-way street. I need you to be in it with me, giving your 100% as well. My hopes of ever getting that were depleted. I completely spiraled out of control. One way was with alcohol. Being checked out and seeing divorce between us made me hit rock bottom. I made the biggest mistake that a partner could make, no matter how much I want to blame the mistreatment from you, and thinking you were doing the same with Hala, but on a regular basis. I knew this was not something you ever deserved. No one deserves. Even having the circumstances around it, being it was a one-time thing. And there was no relationship, no connection till this day. Even being fully recognized by both parties, that it was 100% a mistake, overshadowed by alcohol and recklessness. So meaningless, it's something both of us can barely recall. So the point where neither of us is to ever speak of it, and to just move on with our lives and pretend like nothing happened. But it did. And I'm coming forward to be transparent with you because I now have hope for us that I didn't have before. I haven't exactly been the easiest to deal with. It's hard living with myself knowing that despite sticking through all these hardships, my actions could very well be what breaks us. I know at this moment you will feel a rage rush through you like no other. I would know because that's how I felt after finding out about Sasha. I let that rage marinate inside of me, slowly killing me from the inside out. Who is finding it in yourself to dig deep and recognize that we both have come so far just by the mere fact that we are still here. Neither of us has not given up. We are both allowing our love for each other guide us through these hard times to hopefully come out stronger than ever. You are still my only love, and you always have been. Even with my mistakes, I still see no one else but you and always have. With both of us spiraling, I was fully set on divorce until I saw and felt the glimmer of hope from you, which is all I needed to forget about everything in the past and move forward with you. Since day one, I have loved you with my whole being despite everything. I want to continue to love you, be your person, and fulfill the vows we made. I believe that our marriage can be stronger, and we can be our best versions not only for ourselves but for each other. But the real question now is if you still want to be my person, if you will still accept me for my flaws and mistakes and be able to move forward with me, feel the beautiful life with me like we've always wanted. Before writing this letter, I have come to terms with myself that there is a chance that you will not be as forgiving as me. If you want to part ways, that is something I will fully understand. We both have literally been growing up with each other over the past decade. So much growing pains, but also so much love and laughter. Memories that will be a part of me forever, and I will always be grateful for. All of it helped us grow, at least if we cannot be the best of each other. This learning process has made us want to be better for ourselves. After reading this, there is a big chance that you are going to hate me, but please know, I am opening this up to you because I still believe that you are my person, my soulmate. I truly want this to work, especially now that I really see the real you. The person I can really see my future with, the sober you, the calm you. I know it will take work from both sides, but if you love me enough to see through my flaws and mistakes, I think we can be that couple that everyone has always envied and looked up to. And if you feel you must move on from me, it's something I will try to accept over time. I just wanted you to know that until there was still something worth fighting for, I never gave up on us. 5 months update. Thank you to everyone in this community for reaching out and being concerned. I know it's been a while, and everyone has been waiting and asking an update for me. I've been procrastinating and processing slowly. Soon after I posted here back in November, I made the decision to divorce my wife. I tried giving her a chance to be upfront and be transparent. I needed to know the truth, and I needed her to show me that she was willing to tell me everything if she was really trying to repair a relationship and salvage her marriage. With all the chances given, all I received was more manipulation and blame shifting from her. It seemed the truth was just too ugly for her to even tell me. Thanks to this community, I kept my eyes and ears open, ignored my heart and trust in my gut, learned from the experience of everyone in this community. Thank you all for the continuing support. Since then, I've buried myself in work. I was deep in grieving and processing things slowly. I kept trying to rationalize everything she did. I really felt like I lost my sanity over the cheating and thinking of how long it has been happening for. I was slowly processing and replaying past moments with her that I should have noticed or missed hints of her suspicious behavior. Doing that is and continues to be the hardest part. The thoughts and images of the cheating were uncontrollable, but I am coping better now, as if I can change my thoughts like changing the channel. So anyways, I am currently doing everything I can to take care of myself, reading suggested books from fellow Redditors. I kept with therapy after finding a new therapist who seems to be a great life coach as well. I had other stressors happen since within my family, such as losing my grandmother and uncle about a month apart from each other. I started taking antidepressants as the depression and anxiety were a bit harder than I could try to bear on my own. I switched from night shift to day shift to achieve more sleep, as it was very difficult to sleep with all the disgusting images I would imagine from the infidelity. I hope to continue to make bigger steps towards my progression, to reclaim who I was and rebuild myself to be a better person. There are many things to unlearn from the years of abuse that I did not recognize throughout the years. There are so many things I can continue to do for my loved ones in my life right now, and also for the right one, someday soon. I believe the antidepressants are beginning to take its effect, not exactly sure how to explain how. I notice random coworkers at work ask if I am alright, and if I'm okay because I look sad. Perhaps I don't have my full self-esteem back, but I do know how to stop the nasty thoughts and understand that I have control over my anger and what I do with that anger over the betrayal. I recently received a thick packet in the mail. It was her, soon to be his wife, replied to the divorce papers, and including a letter that explains she is technically asking for everything of monetary value that I own, and almost my whole paycheck for the next year and a half. It pisses me off that I am still left in some debt for paying for her tuition and funding her activities while she was abroad in school. She has the audacity to ask for everything that is mine. My lawyer is pretty surprised that she hasn't asked for child support as well. New goals to achieve my own now. It's a rough road ahead. Although it has been 12 years since I last dated anyone else, I remember how lonely this road was once before, And I also remember how exciting it was. So I hope the right one comes along as I reach my own goals. My appetite still sucks, so I eat comfort food to eat, which consists of a lot of fast food lately. I will begin to get back to working out and rebuilding my body, and I will continue with therapy and taking Zoloft and hopefully taper it off of it.